Want to learn real English in a way that doesn't feel like studying? Then you're in the right place. Stick around for this true-style story about getting lost in the world's biggest museum. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a story. New English learning adventures, every single day. She didn't mean to get lost. She didn't even think it was possible. After all, how lost can someone really get in a place that has maps, signs, security guards, and Wi-Fi? Turns out quite a lot. It all started on a Thursday. Not a special Thursday. Not a holiday. Just a slightly cold, slightly gray Paris afternoon. She had walked through narrow streets, holding a paper cup of hot chocolate, her hands freezing because she forgot her gloves in the hostel. She didn't have a strict plan for the day, just a short list of must-see places she had written in the Notes app on her phone. The Eiffel Tower, of course. The Champs-Élysées. A little cafe her cousin had told her about. And the Louvre. Always the Louvre. It wasn't even originally on her schedule for Thursday. She thought she'd go on the weekend. But sometimes plans shift, and sometimes you just find yourself standing in front of a giant glass triangle with the feeling that you're supposed to go inside, right now, not later. She didn't hesitate much. She bought a same-day ticket online, showed the QR code on her phone, passed through security, and suddenly she was inside. The air inside the Louvre was different. Clean, cool, heavy with silence and history. She didn't realize how massive it was until she walked past the first hallway and then the next and then the next. It was like entering a castle with infinite doors. The first room she entered was full of ancient sculptures. White stone faces stared out from the walls, missing noses and fingers but full of power. The next room was even more detailed. Paintings taller than her, stretching across entire walls, with gold frames thicker than her arm. At first, she tried to follow the official map on her phone. But soon she stopped. Something about the space made her want to explore freely. The crowd pushed toward the Mona Lisa, and she went with them, mostly out of curiosity. The room was packed. People stood on their tiptoes, holding phones above their heads, hoping for a picture of the painting that seemed smaller than expected. He saw it, took a blurry photo, smiled to herself. Then she turned around and walked away, alone, toward a quieter wing of the museum. And that's where things started to shift. She passed through a room filled with Renaissance art, then into a smaller gallery full of 19th century portraits. Somewhere along the way, she noticed the people around her starting to thin out. The noise died down. The signs turned more French than English. He paused to check the time. Her phone screen lit up. 5:32 p.m. Still almost half an hour until closing time. He kept walking. One room opened into another and then another. Wooden floors turned to marble. Walls changed color. The lighting grew dimmer. The paintings got stranger. More modern, less familiar. One room had a single painting on a white wall, just a red circle in the middle. She stared at it for a while, not understanding it but liking the silence it gave her. Then the phone buzzed in her hand, battery low. She ignored it. But 2 minutes later it died. Completely. No map. No time. No flashlight. She felt a strange stillness settle in her chest. Not panic. Not yet. But a slight tightening. A realization. She turned to go back the way she came, but the hallway behind her looked different. Had she taken the right? Or the left? Was that statue always there? Was this the same painting? Suddenly, the building didn't feel like a museum. It felt like a maze. She walked quickly, taking confident steps that didn't feel confident at all. She turned left, then right, then climbed a short staircase. The hallway she entered was empty. Echoes of her footsteps were the only sound. She passed through a room of tapestries. They hung from the ceiling like heavy curtains, tall and dark. The only light came from overhead spots which flickered slightly. The air was cooler now. She wrapped her scarf tighter. Still no people. Still no signs she recognized. She laughed to herself, soft, unsure. This is fine, she thought. It's just a museum. But even as she said it in her mind, something shifted. Then the lights in the room dimmed. Not off. Not sudden. Just fading. One by one, the spots above each tapestry clicked off. Slowly. Like someone was pushing bedtime on history. She froze in the center of the room. Her heart sped up. Her mouth went dry. For a few seconds she just stood there. Then, movement. Not in the art. Not ghosts or anything that dramatic. Just a soft sound behind her. She turned. Security guard. Middle-aged. Calm. Carrying a flashlight. No expression on his face. She almost shouted in relief but stopped herself. She lifted her hand in a small wave. He approached. Spoke quickly. In French. She only caught a few words. Firm. Tard. Sortie. She nodded too many times. Whispered. Mais. Je suis désolée. Even though her accent was probably awful. He gestured for her to follow. And she did. They walked through a side hallway she'd never noticed before. Past a small storage room. Down a short flight of stairs. She saw things the public wasn't supposed to see. Behind-the-scenes signs, wires on the wall, a cleaning cart, a vending machine for staff only. It felt surreal. He led her through a darkened gift shop. The shelves were half covered. Lights low. Nobody around. Finally they reached a side door. It opened automatically. Cold air rushed in. The glass pyramid shone outside. The courtyard was empty. Paris twinkled in the distance. She stepped out. Turned to say thank you again. The guard had already disappeared. Just like that she was outside again. Alone. Cold. And very awake. She stood there for a long time. No phone. No photos. No proof of the evening she just had. But it didn't matter. He had the memory. Like a movie only she had seen. Later that night, back in her tiny hostel room, she plugged in her phone. Dozens of missed messages. Her mom had texted. Her friend had posted a picture from London. She didn't respond right away. She sat on the bed thinking about the Louvre. The silence. The darkness. The endless art. The feeling of being lost and found. And the strange comfort of knowing that even the world's biggest museums close. Even the most famous places turn off their lights. And sometimes, getting stuck inside something that big is exactly what makes you feel small in the best way. She wrote in her travel journal before bed. One sentence only. Got locked inside the Louvre. 10 out of 10. Would do again. If you've ever gotten lost somewhere unexpected or found a strange kind of peace in a stressful moment, drop a comment. We want to hear your story. Don't forget to like and subscribe for daily English learning adventures. Real stories. Real practice. Every single day right here.